creations begin. But your choices make this journey a win. We can create whatever we like, add a change when inspiration strikes. It's a world of opportunity. We're building together, you and me. Welcome to the Artful audience, friend. A place where imagination knows no end. The digital canvas is where creations begin. But your choices make this journey a win. So let's get started. Come join the show. Your choices determine where we go. It won't be the same without you here. We're creating boldly and without fear. Welcome to the Artful audience, friend. A place where imagination knows no end. The digital canvas is where creations begin. But your choices make this journey a win. So come on in. Yeah. Come on in.
Yeah! Okay, now I gotta get my screen going. Oh my goodness, that was fun. Okay, let's see if we can figure out why it's not showing my stuff. Thank you, behave yourself. There we go. Awesome blossom. We got our art up. We are ready, Artful audience friends, to get started on this journey. We are going back to detailing, because that's what we were working on last week, and it's really added a lot so far to the picture, literally. How's everybody's week going? How are you feeling this evening? I am so happy to have everybody here with me. Yay! Let's see. Let me pop out my chat so I can keep you guys open while I work. Yay! I'm in an abundantly good mood. I just had some really great news about work I did for a client last week that was right up until the last minute, and everything worked out great, so that's got me happy. I'm here with you. That's also got me happy. There's never a sad day when we're together, friends. Alright. Now to get started on our real work. Alright. Let's take a look. Where did we leave off that needs to be completed? Look at those eggs. They're coming along so nicely. Oh, you know, I see already a little bit of help it could use. Some shadow details. I'm going to pull some black here. Blacky McBlackerstein. Oh, and I need to switch. I'm right now using the photography workspace, and I need to go back to my painting workspace. They don't have quite the same tools on the palette when you're painting, so it makes it a little harder to do the things that I normally do. Because, hey, guess what? This is not a photograph. It's not a photograph. No. Alright. Boop. And that smudge tool is way too big right now. Drop that a lot. No, still too big. Come back down. Just a little bit. I know Ubi's got some new songs for us tonight. He's been working on some special stuff, so the stream should be extra spicy. Wonder if he's been practicing the songs that have been requested. Ha ha ha. mix and mingle those colors together. Make sure they accurately represent the shapes we got going on. Get out of here. Get out of here, Windows. Ruining my mood. Stealing my mojo. Go away. Nobody loves ya. Hey, Miss Linda. Good to see you. Hope your week's been going well. Mine's off to a good start, so I joined a local writers group, so that makes me happy. I haven't been part of a writers group in forever. We're just continuing to add those little shadows and little details that just have brought so much life to this painting. Boo, 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 boo. Last evening with your granddaughter. Oh, yeah, that's always hard. I had a dream about my grandbaby. On Sunday, I dreamed that she and her daddy came for a visit, and she was getting out of the car and screaming, "Grammy!" as she was running to meet me. And Grammy really misses her girl. Really, really do. Can't wait to get to see her again. But like I was thinking to myself, you know, the separation kind of motivates me to get off my duff, make sure I'm doing the things that I need to do to make up for the financial side of things so that I can go see her again. Just miss her so much. It's hard. I mean, I'm grateful, truly grateful, that we are able to help Eddie and Mia financially make things better, because and that's part of the price we're paying, is that we can't be there and do that and this at the same time. But I definitely miss my girl. I miss her so much. But it'll make the reunion all the better. You know, it'll make it more special when we do get to go see her. And it won't be as stressful because everybody won't be under financial hardship like in the past. We won't have to feel like we're a burden to our son instead of a contributing factor to making his life better, which that was a huge source of stress for both of us, feeling like we weren't being a benefit to him but a burden for him to bear. That was never our goal. Now I don't have to worry about that. I know we're helping him. So. Even though it takes sacrifices. Oh, thank you, Linda. Yeah, it's coming along really well, and you guys have been, you know, huge parts of that, helping me figure out what we need to focus on working on and what we can, you know, safely save for another day, so to speak. Just adding these little details that are just really helping it to pop and come to life. Man, I'm just in such a overall good mood. Yes, I miss my grandbaby, and yes, that's always going to be a little bit of a downer, but things like this. You know, if I can turn these into assets that I can leverage to maybe earn some extra money, then maybe I don't have to wait so long till I get to see her again. It's hard to believe it's been almost 3 months already since the last time I saw that adorable little face. I bet she's gotten so big. It grows so fast, you know, it doesn't take any time at all in there. Their faces change so much at this age. Their faces, their interests, what matters to them, what doesn't matter to them, all changes so fast. Once the time's gone, you don't get it back, so I guess that's part of it too, just knowing it. I'm missing out on that. Sometimes you gotta make those sacrifices to create a better life for her and her daddy. Certainly a better life than the one that I had. It's not that there's not advantages to. There are things you learn living poor that you'll never learn otherwise, but it's definitely not how I'd prefer her to have to live. She doesn't have to struggle and fight the way I did. So much the better. So, like I said, doing my best to remember that there's a purpose and a reason for all the things we go through, right? Part of the goal is making our lives better. If that means a little bit of sacrifice now, it's all worth it. And their interests change so fast too. Things they're into today, they won't be in by Christmas. Mostly. They just change so fast at this age. Capture a moment and it's gone already. Like I said, I can either use it as a reason to mope, groan, and moan. I can just use it the way I'm planning to, which is an incentive to work harder to build the kind of financial and material resources I need to get to go see her sooner. So even if Grammy lives 6 hours away, shouldn't have to miss out on that little girl's life. It can be more than a Christmas and Easter grandma. That was my thing. My grandmother was a Christmas and Easter grandma, and she only lived an hour and a half away. All I ever saw her was basically Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving every once in a while. because she and my mom didn't see eye to eye much, and my mom and my stepdad definitely didn't see eye to eye. So, or my step grandfather, I should say. He was the only grandfather I knew, though. Glad we're finally giving Mama some real attention here. Getting her to stand out from the background a little more. We'll add some of those red highlights on those scales too, so that it picks up that red lighting in the background. Makes her look more like she's part of the environment instead of apart from it. Did you and your granddaughter have fun at all those activities you were going to do last week? Or did you get them all done? I know sometimes we can propose, but then it doesn't quite work out the way we planned. Hopefully y'all made some good memories. It's hard to be that far away. It really is. What I'd love to do is have a house big enough that Eddie and the girl could live with us and her mama, and us still have our own room and 2 offices on top of it. That's something I've been thinking about. I know the little girl's heart would break if she were away from her mom, and I certainly wouldn't want to ever pull her away from her parents. But I would love to have them closer at hand. Very hot and humid, but you got to do it all. That's so awesome. Not that it was hot and humid, that's not the awesome part, but that you got to do it all and made lots of memories. Lots of pictures. The more that we work on this dragon, the better it is getting, I'm telling you. This detail work is so tedious, but it's been so worth it. 111 to 114 heat index. Wow. Yikes. Well, I don't envy you. Booby and I are like popsicles. We melt in the heat. So, it's one of the reasons why we are glad we are up north and away from that kind of stuff. It's not that Morris couldn't, in theory, get that hot. It just isn't likely to. It's got so many lakes and rivers and, just so much water sits over the top of us that it's so unlikely to get there. Plus, we're like 6 hours from the Canadian border, so we're a lot further north. A lot further north. Now, talk to me in the winter. We'll probably be freezing our tushies off. Booby and I do tend to like colder weather, though. But I will say, in preparation for the winter, I'm probably going to start looking at buying us good, solid winter coats and winter boots coming next month, just to make sure that we're on top of it. Not that I think we'll get winter storms that early, but it's always better to be prepared when you live up north than it is to be caught off guard. I want to make sure we have everything we need well before it gets here. Yeah, you're like my mom. She absolutely hates the cold. She does not want to be anywhere near the cold. Me though, I fell in love with the cold when we lived in Evanston, Wyoming. It's her fault for moving me there. I was only in 3rd grade. If she hadn't moved me there, I would not have developed a penchant for it. The love of the mountains and the snow. I would still be a solid Texas girl. But although Texas will always have a place in my heart, I am definitely somebody who prefers the winter over the summer, the cold over the heat, the mountains and snow over the plains and hills. So, no shame in my game either. Yes, she is. And Wyoming is gorgeous, but not as pretty as Nevada. I will say, Wyoming has its spots of prettiness, but it does not compare to Nevada. That That state just has some of the most spectacular views I have ever seen. And I've been to most of the mountain states. Even California. Up in the mountains of California. Still doesn't compare. Been to Salt Lake City and the Utah Valley. I've been so many places. Now, the one places that I really haven't gone is Boston is the furthest east I have been. In DC, I guess, really. That is the furthest east I have been. Mm. Well, that's a pity. You might have been through the desert parts of it. It depends on where you were going as to whether or not it would be really striking to you. Even the deep desert, though, has some pretty views to it. But its mountain ranges are spectacular. Those Ruby Mountains. And the mountain ranges as you're coming into the state. Just so pretty. Probably the least scenic is Las Vegas, and it's still pretty. If you get outside of the strip, mind you. Strip's not all that attractive. At least in my view, some people go there specifically for that, so I'm not going to judge. And yeah, Mama's getting her glow up tonight. Smart lady, quit while you're ahead. Most people end up beating that $50. They win right back into the machines, and then they don't have $50 anymore. thing I think that could happen to somebody is winning big on the first hit. Then it just trains your brain that this is a good thing. Very easy to develop an addiction to the things like that. Especially if you already have a tendency toward becoming addicted to things. Obsessive toward them. Don't ask me how I know. I never worked out right for the casinos, but I did work as a hostess for a restaurant that was attached to a casino. And I saw all kinds. Also had my own shocking development, so decided that wasn't for me. The darkness. No, not the darkness. Please don't bring out the darkness. We got to. It's an important part. Can't neglect the darkness. Oh, sad little darkness. Don't neglect me. There I am, showing off my bits of insanity. It's okay. You guys would figure it out eventually anyway. I'm gonna bother to hide that. I was so happy last week because I got my sewing machine in, I've got my scanner, printer, copier in. I am ready to roll with my creative works now. And then, of course, I managed to write 63,000 words across 4 different projects last week, too. Totally hyped about that. Today, though, I I had to spend most of the day doing ebook formatting for somebody's project. As soon as I get that done, I can get back to my own work and feel a lot less guilt. So I've done the thing for the client. It was a very productive week last week, but it needed to be. I had a client who had a book signing on Saturday, so I had to get a lot of work done for him. And then another client that I'm helping with his publishing submission. We got that submission, that book proposal completed this morning. So he'll be able to send that off to the publisher before the offer goes cold on him. And hopefully that'll lead to a full manuscript request, which is his goal and his dream, what he wants. And I'm happy to help him get there. His parents are the kind of people who don't think you're a real author if you independently publish your books. So even though he originally hired me to help him with his self-publishing journey, he pivoted so that he could achieve the dream that he actually wanted, which is getting himself a traditional publishing deal. Which is okay with me. You know, I don't really care which direction they go as long as I can help my client do whatever it is that they really dream of doing. That's helping them self-publish or helping them get a publisher. I don't really care either way, as long as they're getting their dream. Let's look at the full-size picture now. Look at how much better Mama looks. She's starting to really look like something, isn't she? Nice. You've had a couple of poems published? That's awesome, Linda. Don't downplay that. That's great. You've done more than a lot of people have. That's certainly something to be proud of. And not everybody can write poetry well. Anybody can write it, not everybody can do it well. It takes really being able to get down to the core emotion of a thing. Which is not something everybody can do. Many people are too afraid of their emotions to be able to do poetry well. imagine this drawing turning out like it has, but I really love the direction we've taken it. It is coming together so beautifully. Yeah, Mama's other arm is going to be a bit of a challenge, and I'm still thinking through how I'm going to tackle that one from a visual artistry standpoint. Kind of really made yet. But it's coming up soon, so it's a good time to think about it. I mean, honestly. This is the bridge we gotta cross soon. I think what may help is adding some reds and maybe even doing a slightly different color in that back leg or the back arm. I'm not sure. We'll have to play around with it and see what really helps it to come to life. Should ask Mama's opinion. You know, something I've had writing do is have the characters come to life. But I've never had my art talk back to me. I've never had my art tell me what it wants done. And maybe that's just a sign that I haven't hit that level of growth as an artist. Because it was only at a certain point in my writing journey that my character started dictating terms and conditions to me, which was a hilarious experience the first time it happened. Like, if you ever want to really know what it's like to be God, I suggest writing fiction and making sure that you do it as a plotter, not a pantser. It's a guarantee you, if you're doing it right, be a point in time, you get this perfect world planned out for your characters. The exact right role for each and every one of them. You're all ready to launch them into that world. Tell them, okay, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I don't want you to do. What's the first thing they do? Exactly what you told them not to do. And then you spend the rest of the novel following after them, herding cats. That's what it's like. Trying to get them back in the direction you were originally planning for them to go. And of course, the whole story goes nothing like what you had planned. But that's always good, I say. If it surprises you, it'll surprise your reader, and it'll benefit the both of you. Be more fun for you to write if you don't know where your characters are going. And it'll be more entertaining read for your readers as a result. I've never had my artwork talk to me that way. Now, it's an interesting thing because I think it was Michelangelo who said he didn't really plan his artworks. He just sort of stared at the marble until it told him what it wanted to be. Then he spent the rest of his time removing everything that didn't belong or that was getting in the way of it being what it wanted to be. Which I guess is kind of an interesting metaphor for life if you think about it. Most of us spend at least a good portion of our life trying to chip away all the things that aren't part of who we're truly meant to be. I'm just thinking to myself of how many weeks we have spent on this one drawing, and it seems like a long time, but then I realized we're doing this basically 1 to 1.5 hours at a time, so of course it's going to take longer than it would if I just sat down to work on it over the course of a few days. You know, that's one of the things about this is that I don't work on these in between sessions because it's ours. It's, you know, you guys are my fellow artists on this journey. You guys are guiding and directing the choices I make and the colors we pick and determining the direction we go. And yes, drag on. And so I definitely don't want to take over that. So I don't work on it in between. It's just something I do with you guys.
Also, you got steak.
Yes, I got steak. Husband made me a steak for dinner. It's very sweet of him. Because I wasn't home when he fixed it. So I walk in the door and he's like, "You gotta know that I love you because I made you a steak and I didn't eat it." And it's like, yes, I know. Considerable self-restraint on your part because he loves the steak. Unlike vampires, he loves a steak, just not in the heart. Preferably in the mouth. So he can eat it. I don't think anybody's especially fond of a steak in the heart, honestly. I think that's something universal. We tend to want to avoid that, generally speaking. Oh, you know what? Mama's other front arm is gonna be a whole lot in shadow. There's not as much light there. And there shouldn't be. So we have shadows from the tail casting themselves up, and some shadows from this arm. Some shadow from this leg. So yeah, a lot more shadows here. Also some red highlights. Doo, doo, to the rescue. Doo, doo, on that side too. Again. Black is back. All over. Hey, Tom. Well, you let her out to play, sir. That she's here is your fault. As Ubi would put it, in her defense, you left her unsupervised. Hey, hey, Bart. Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys have been with me, making contributions, making suggestions. All of it is helping it come together to be what it is today, so none of this would be what it is without you guys. You guys have done so much heavy lifting in terms of creative direction and helping me discover where we're going to take this little lady and her babies. to me. No worries. No worries at all. Glad you stopped by though. I appreciate the drop in. I hope you enjoy your company. They bring anything good? Looking really good. Add more red though. Flame. You'll be in Ubi's life if he gets about sued. That is the trouble with company that shows up when you got a show on. You gotta decide where the priorities are. Company always comes first, of course, but doesn't mean we won't miss you in the stream. But I'm glad you're getting visitors. Yeah, I'm glad you're getting company. And yeah, I'll be wrapping up here in about 8 minutes or so. In plenty of time for y'all to take a break, something to drink, slip on over to Ubi's show. He's got special stuff for y'all tonight, so you're definitely going to want to show. Don't want to miss it. He's the most awesomest of awesomes. I just get to be part of along for the ride. I need to get, when I get a chance to take a break from all the projects I've been working on, I need to get some more store merch up for Ubi, especially his birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks here. July 7th, y'all. Shh, don't tell him I let the cat out of the bag. He does indeed have a birthday coming right around that corner. I need to get some new merch up. Merch. I'll be able to say the words here momentarily. And we're going to have to invest some serious dollars and cents in getting merch from all y'all. So everybody has been so fabulously generous with their merch purchases from our store, and we hadn't been able to afford to pay y'all back for any of that by repping your stuff. But now that we can afford that, that's on our agenda too. In fact, I promised him I would order it and I forgot. get that taken care of. Get him some broken strings and call them do-it-yourself repair. Well, Tom, did you want some made? I mean, not that I need another project to take on, but did you want help with that? Need help with that? I did make merch for Brian last year, but he's never used it. I'm so insulted. No, just kidding. As a joke, I made a fishing for Tone logo for him. Because he was talking about he could go out on a boat and play his guitar and probably get more views if he were to do a fishing guitar stream than he was getting at the time. So I made him a fishing for Tone shirt or merch. That logo. That's what I've got words, and my words work. I promise they do. I promise. I can talk. It's possible. By golly. Let's zoom out on Mama. See what she's looking like now. Oh yeah. She's looking hot. Well, she should. She's in a lava cave. Not enough red on her back end, though. I'll have to fix that next stream. But for now, it's getting close to time. You want to see how bark magnitude takes off? It's understandable. Alrighty, y'all. Yes, it is. And it wouldn't be the way it is if not for you guys. You make it awesome. And you make it worth doing just by being here. So I want to thank you guys. If you have anything that you want to pop in the stream, if you want to talk about ideas you got, whatever, go ahead and put that in. We're going to call this a stream for tonight. And hopefully, see you guys in Ubi's stream coming up in 15 minutes. Awesome blossom. Alright, I'm going to save this with our updates so that we don't lose it. I promised that I would, and I will, get my art store up eventually. Just haven't had a chance to get that done. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and I'll see you over in Obi's.